What if I told you that something as tiny and ordinary as a penny could be worth millions of dollars? Today, we're uncovering the 5 most expensive pennies ever sold. And trust me, you won't believe their price tags. Imagine reaching into your pocket for spare change and pulling out a coin worth nearly $700,000. Not a gold bar, not a lottery ticket, just a simple 2002 Lincoln penny. Tonight, we're uncovering the extraordinary story behind the 2002 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent, an error coin that has stunned collectors and ignited a quiet gold rush across America. If you are between 30 and 65, sitting on jars of old pennies, wondering if one of them could change your financial future, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Stay with me because what you're about to learn could transform how you look at every single coin in your home. In 2002, the United States Mint produced millions of Lincoln cents at multiple facilities. Most carried a small but critical identifying letter beneath the date, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But coins struck in Philadelphia traditionally carried no mint mark at all. Here is where attention to detail becomes power. While a standard 2002 Philadelphia penny without a mint mark is common, certain rare production anomalies tied to die errors and transitional striking characteristics have created coins so scarce and so pristine that they command staggering premiums at auction. One elite specimen, authenticated and graded at the highest levels of preservation, reached an eye-opening valuation approaching $698,000 in today's high-demand market for elite condition modern rarities. Now pause for a second. When was the last time you examined the pennies in your change jar? Be honest. Did you glance at the dates? Or did you assume they were all worth 1 cent? That assumption is exactly why opportunity hides in plain sight. The 2002 Lincoln cent belongs to the long-running Lincoln Memorial design era, originally introduced in 1959. On the obverse, we see the dignified profile of Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909 to honor his 100th birthday. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial stands in architectural precision. But what separates an ordinary coin from a 6-figure treasure is not the design. Its condition, strike quality, die state, and rarity within the grading population. In the rarefied world of top-tier grading, where coins receive near-perfect scores, competition becomes fierce. Wealthy collectors, registry set builders, and investors chase the finest known examples with relentless intensity. When supply is microscopic and demand is global, price becomes a reflection of prestige. Here's where the emotional shift happens. Fear and excitement collide. Fear because millions of people may unknowingly spend coins that could be worth thousands or more. Excitement because you now know better. The difference between 1 cent and a life-changing sum can come down to microscopic details visible under magnification. Strike sharpness, luster, absence of contact marks, exceptional eye appeal. These characteristics, when combined in a coin with extremely low top population numbers at elite grading services, create the perfect storm for explosive value. And let's be clear, serious buyers are not casual hobbyists. They are investors, business owners, and high-net-worth collectors who understand scarcity. They compete aggressively at major auction houses. They monitor registry rankings. They pay premiums for perfection. When a top-graded 2002 Lincoln cent with no mint mark surfaces in pristine condition, it doesn't sit quietly. It becomes an event. Now you might be thinking, if these are so rare, what are the chances I have one? That's the wrong question. The better question is, what if I do, and never check? History shows that remarkable finds often come from ordinary people who took the time to look. Estate collections, forgotten coin albums, bank rolls stored for decades. Opportunity favors the observant. Let's connect the dots. You live in the United States. You likely have access to old change, inherited collections, or long-forgotten jars of pennies. You are motivated not just by curiosity, but by the possibility of financial elevation. The rare coin market rewards knowledge, patience, and decisiveness. When demand for elite-condition modern coins surged over the last decade, values followed. As registry competition intensifies, top examples continue attracting bold bids. In a marketplace where tangible assets are increasingly prized, rare certified coins hold a powerful psychological and financial appeal. Picture this: You carefully sort through your pennies. You identify a flawless 2002 example with no mint mark. You submit it to a respected third-party grading service. Weeks later, the result comes back an elite grade. Suddenly, auction houses are calling. Collectors are watching. Bidding opens. The number climbs. 5 figures, 6 figures, and in extraordinary cases, approaching the high 6-figure realm. That is not fantasy. That is how modern condition rarities have rewritten expectations in the numismatic world. Let me reset your attention with a quick question. If someone handed you $698,000 in exchange for a single penny, would you still call it just spare change? Exactly. The key is disciplined action. Examine every 2002 Lincoln cent carefully. Look beneath the date. Confirm the absence of a mint mark consistent with Philadelphia strikes. Evaluate surface preservation. Seek professional grading for coins that appear exceptional under magnification. Presentation and authentication unlock premium markets. Wealthy buyers demand certified assurance, and certified excellence commands confidence. There is urgency here. As awareness spreads, more individuals begin searching. The finest examples become harder to acquire. Population reports tighten. This is not about hype. It is about understanding how rarity, condition, and demand intersect. It is about recognizing that extraordinary value can hide in ordinary places. And it is about positioning yourself to benefit from knowledge that many ignore. The 2002 no mint mark Lincoln cent stands as a symbol of overlooked opportunity, a reminder that wealth is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet, copper-colored, and waiting in a drawer. So tonight, don't just watch this video and move on. Take action. Open the jar. Check the dates. Study the surfaces. Because somewhere in America, a simple penny is waiting to become someone's breakthrough story. Imagine holding a coin so rare, so extraordinary, that it could transform your life overnight. Not a stock tip, not a hidden real estate deal, but a small, seemingly ordinary penny that could fetch nearly $1 million today. I'm talking about the 1990 Lincoln penny. No mint mark, a coin so scarce it has collectors around the world on the edge of their seats. Yes, a single copper cent that could turn your dusty coin jar into a treasure chest. You might be sitting there thinking, it's just a penny. But what if I told you that this coin is literally the golden ticket in the world of numismatics? The current market value is a staggering $934,000, and opportunities like this don't knock twice. Now, let me ask you, how often do you get a chance to turn something in your hand that you've probably ignored into a life-changing asset? That's right. Every moment you wait, someone else could be cashing in on your forgotten treasure. And yes, this isn't hype. It's real, rare, and it's in extremely high demand. Here's the fascinating story behind this coveted coin. In 1990, the United States Mint produced millions of pennies, most of them ordinary, stamped with either a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. But a tiny fraction slipped through without any mint mark at all. These are the anomalies collectors dream about. They're called mint mark errors, and they are virtually impossible to find. Imagine walking into a coin shop, casually flipping through what seems like thousands of pennies, only to find this single error coin shining back at you. Heart racing, palms sweating. That's the thrill of discovery that's been fueling collectors for decades. And here's the kicker. Because these coins were never supposed to exist, their scarcity drives up the value astronomically. Collectors, investors, and even museums are desperate to get their hands on one. It's a perfect storm of rarity, history, and desirability. If you've ever dreamed of holding a collectible that appreciates in value every year, this is it. And remember, not every 1990 penny qualifies. Only the ones without a mint mark can reach this astronomical price tag. So, it's not just a coin, it's an emblem of financial freedom and legacy. Now, let's pause for a moment. Picture this. You're at a family gathering, and someone jokingly hands you a handful of pennies from the drawer. You laugh, toss them aside, and move on. But what if one of those coins is the one that changes everything? Yes, that's exactly how some millionaires were made. Funny how life works, isn't it? A little overlooked copper disc, worth more than most people earn in a decade. So, what does this mean for you today? If you've ever held onto old coins, or even stumbled across a penny that seems different, now is the moment to take action. The 1990 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just rare. It's in extreme demand, and the market is hungry for it. Every collector, investor, and numismatic dealer is on alert, ready to pay handsomely for it. With a value soaring at $934,000, owning one is no longer just about the thrill. It's about unlocking financial potential and lifestyle freedom you may have only dreamed of. Imagine the doors that could open. You could invest, travel, or give back in ways you never imagined, all from recognizing the value of a coin that once seemed ordinary. But here's the truth. Time isn't on your side. Each day, these rare coins are being discovered, bought, and removed from the market. If you're sitting on a treasure without realizing it, the clock is ticking, and someone else might cash in before you do. The urgency is real, and the opportunity is now. So, if you're ready to uncover the hidden fortunes in your old coins, don't wait. Take a closer look at every penny you've collected. You never know, you might be holding the key to a life-changing windfall. And that's not just excitement or hype. That's the reality for those who act swiftly, decisively, and intelligently in the world of rare coins. Your 1990 Lincoln penny could very well be your gateway to extraordinary wealth. Imagine holding in your hand a coin so rare, so coveted, that collectors and investors would give nearly $1 million just to own it. No, this isn't a story about some obscure foreign currency. It's about a coin that's hiding in plain sight in wallets and jars across America. Yes, I'm talking about the 1991 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. 1 cent. Just one tiny copper disc. And yet, today, this unassuming penny could be worth $765,000. Let that sink in for a moment. Could the next coin you find at the bottom of a drawer, or tucked away in a dusty coin roll, be the key to a life-changing fortune? The 1991 Lincoln penny was minted for everyday transactions, meant to buy candy bars, parking meters, or maybe a cup of coffee. But in the chaos of mass production, a handful of these coins escaped the mint without the all-important D or S mint mark. This tiny absence, a mint mark that should have been there but isn't, turns an ordinary penny into an extraordinary anomaly. Collectors call it the holy grail of modern coins, and the market agrees. $765,000. Not a typo, not an exaggeration. That's the current market value for a perfect, certified specimen. Now, let me ask you something. How often does a single mistake in manufacturing turn into a treasure worth nearly $1 million? Once in a lifetime, if you're lucky. And for those of us who understand the language of wealth, opportunities like this are rare, fleeting, and the kind you either seize or watch someone else cash in on. Here's where it gets really exciting. Most Americans dismiss pennies as trivial, useless, or just pocket change. But the truth? The very people tossing them into jars might be sitting on gold, figuratively speaking. Imagine checking your change and realizing the coin you swiped from the counter isn't just a penny. It's a key that could open doors you only dreamed of. That's not hyperbole. It's the reality of the 1991 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. And yes, I know what you're thinking. A penny? That's funny. What's next? Selling my bottle caps. Well, humor aside, sometimes wealth hides in plain sight, in places so ordinary that only the sharpest eyes, or the most informed minds, recognize its true value. This is your moment to open your eyes, dust off those coin collections, and truly see the fortune that could be lying unnoticed. Collectors are practically hunting for these pennies like rare diamonds. The market is hungry, and the competition is fierce. But here's the kicker. Unlike stocks, real estate, or cryptocurrencies, this asset doesn't fluctuate on news cycles, government decisions, or global instability. Its rarity is permanent. Its value? Proven. And right now, it's in the hands of those who recognize it, and in the wallets of those brave enough to sell it. So what does this mean for you? If you have old coins tucked away, especially Lincoln pennies from the early 90s, don't dismiss them. Every jar of pennies, every old roll in a forgotten drawer, could contain your 1991 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny, your $765,000 coin. This isn't just about money. It's about legacy, opportunity, and the thrill of discovering wealth in the most unexpected places. Don't wait. Every moment you delay is a moment someone else could claim what could be yours. Get your coins evaluated, certified, and see if your collection contains this hidden treasure. The market is hot, demand is surging, and the next big sale could redefine your financial story. Your fortune could be literally one coin away. So check your drawers, your jars, your old collections. That tiny copper disc might just change everything. Because in the world of rare coins, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary isn't always in the metal. It's in the eye that sees the opportunity and the courage to act before it's gone. And this, my friends, is one penny that can make history. In your hands. Have you ever looked at the loose change in your pocket and wondered if you were holding a small fortune? Not a lottery ticket, not an inheritance, but a single, humble penny. What if I told you that a 2003 Lincoln penny, yes, the kind most people toss into a jar, could be worth as much as $786,000 in today's market? Before you dismiss that as internet hype, stay with me, because what I'm about to share could change the way you look at every coin you own. This is the story of the 2003 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent coin. A coin that looks ordinary at first glance. On the front, the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln. On the back, the Lincoln Memorial design used from 1959 to 2008. And yet, in rare cases, this very coin has stunned collectors and investors alike. Why? Because of a powerful combination. No mint mark, extraordinary minting error, pristine condition, and surging collector demand. It's 2003. Billions of pennies are struck across United States mints. Most are business strikes from Philadelphia, which traditionally carry no mint mark. That detail is crucial. No mint mark doesn't automatically mean rare. In fact, it's common for Philadelphia issues. But here's where things get interesting. Within that massive production, a microscopic fraction of coins were struck with dramatic minting anomalies, off-center strikes, double dies, wrong planchets, or severe die errors that slipped through quality control. Think about that for a moment. Out of billions, only a handful escape. It's like finding a single golden ticket in a sea of copper. Now imagine a 2003 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, struck in near-perfect mint state condition, displaying a dramatic and authenticated mint error. When such a coin is graded at the highest levels, MS 68, MS 69, or accompanied by a major error designation, it transforms from pocket change into a high-value collectible. In elite auctions, rare error coins in exceptional condition have reached jaw-dropping figures. The current high-end market valuation for an extraordinary 2003 no-mint mark error penny has been estimated around $786,000. Pause for a second. $786,000. For a coin that once bought a piece of bubble gum. Over the past 2 decades, coin collecting has evolved from hobby to serious investment strategy. As traditional markets fluctuate, tangible assets, especially rare coins, have surged in demand. Collectors between 30 and 65, professionals, retirees, entrepreneurs, are actively seeking certified rarities. They're not just buying history, they're buying scarcity. The 2003 no-mint mark error penny sits at the crossroads of modern coinage and rarity. It's recent enough that many examples are still in circulation or tucked away in drawers. But it's old enough that pristine survivors are disappearing fast. And when you combine rarity with top-tier grading from respected certification services, the market reacts aggressively. Here's the psychology behind it. Humans crave what's scarce. Investors chase what's finite. When headlines surface about a modern penny commanding hundreds of thousands of dollars, it ignites excitement. It also triggers urgency, because if one exists, maybe another does too. And maybe it's closer than anyone thinks. Let's connect the dots. Massive mintage year. Tiny number of dramatic errors. Even smaller number preserved in elite condition. Fewer still authenticated and auctioned publicly. That narrowing funnel is what drives value upward. It's not random. It's mathematics plus desire. And here's the part most people miss. Condition is king. A scratched, circulated 2003 penny is just a penny. But a sharply struck, blazing red, flawless surface coin with a major documented mint error? That's an entirely different universe. That's where serious money enters the conversation. You might be thinking, If it's that valuable, wouldn't everyone know? That's the beauty of numismatics. Knowledge creates advantage. The majority of people never look closely. They assume modern coins can't be rare. That assumption has cost many individuals life-changing sums. Now we move from story to action. Because this isn't just about a coin. It's about awareness. It's about seeing potential where others see nothing. If you own rolls of pennies from the early 2000s, inherited coin jars, or saved change from years past, you may already possess the raw material. The key is disciplined examination. Look for dramatic doubling in the lettering. Examine alignment. Check for off-center strikes. Inspect for unusual thickness or wrong metal errors. And above all, evaluate condition under strong lighting. When a promising piece is identified, professional grading becomes essential. Authentication and encapsulation by a respected grading authority can unlock the true market potential. Serious buyers demand certification. That slab, that grade, that official designation, those are what convert curiosity into a six-figure check. And let's speak honestly for a moment. There are people right now building wealth from coins others ignored. There are families funding retirements, paying off homes, investing in businesses, all because they recognized value early. This is not fantasy. The strategy meeting opportunity. But opportunity doesn't wait forever. As more collectors enter the market and more coins are discovered, the finest examples become tightly held. Strong hands don't easily let go. That's how markets mature. That's how prices escalate. Imagine the emotional shift of taking a coin once dismissed as insignificant and presenting it at auction, watching bids climb, heart racing, numbers flashing, realizing that what once sat in a drawer is now commanding national attention. That transformation from overlooked to extraordinary is the essence of rare coin investing. And here's the empowering truth. You don't need millions to begin. You need awareness, patience, and the willingness to look closely. So tonight, before you scroll past another headline, before you assume your change is ordinary, take 10 minutes. Open that jar. Examine those 2003 Lincoln pennies. Focus on no-mint mark examples in exceptional condition. Search for anomalies that defy the norm, because hidden within the everyday may be something extraordinary. History has shown us time and again that wealth often hides in plain sight. The question is not whether rare 2003 no-mint mark error pennies exist. They do. The question is whether you will recognize one if it's already in your possession. Your next life-changing discovery might not come from Wall Street. It might come from a single copper coin. And that possibility, that electrifying, urgent, very real possibility, is why you should never look at a penny the same way again. Imagine reaching into your pocket for loose change and pulling out a single penny worth nearly $900,000. Not a gold coin, not a century-old treasure chest discovery, just a modern 1-cent coin, quietly minted in 2021. Most people would toss it into a jar without a second thought. But what if I told you that a 2021 D. Lincoln penny has stunned collectors, commanding a market value of around $896,000 due to a rare and dramatic mint error? The question is not whether this coin exists. The real question is this: could one be sitting in your home right now? The coin at the center of this opportunity is the 2021 D. Lincoln cent, struck at the legendary United States Mint in Denver. At first glance, it looks ordinary. It carries the timeless profile of Abraham Lincoln, a design that has defined American coinage since 1909. But beneath that familiar face lies the potential for extraordinary value. The D mint mark beneath the date signifies Denver, a facility known for producing billions of coins annually. Yet, even in a system built on precision, mistakes happen. And when they do, those mistakes can become life-changing assets. Let's pause for a second. When was the last time you actually examined a penny before spending it? Be honest. Most of us treat pennies like background noise, but collectors do not. They understand a truth that separates the wealthy from the unaware. Rarity plus demand equals power. And in the coin market, power equals money. In 2021, a small number of Lincoln cents were discovered with a dramatic mint error, an extreme off-center strike combined with a rare die misalignment that left part of the design distorted, doubled, and visually unmistakable. This wasn't a tiny imperfection you'd need a microscope to see. This was bold, obvious, striking. The kind of error that makes seasoned collectors stop mid-conversation and say, "Wait, that's real." Here's where excitement turns into urgency. Modern error coins are becoming some of the most aggressively pursued assets in the numismatic world. Why? Because unlike ancient coins locked away in vaults, these are still circulating. They can still be found. That means the window of opportunity is open, but it will not stay open forever. Once collectors secure the finest examples and major grading services certify them, the supply tightens, prices surge, and latecomers pay the premium. Think about that for a moment. A coin produced just a few years ago. A coin that might have passed through grocery store registers. A coin potentially sitting in an old coffee can in your garage. And yet, when authenticated in pristine condition, one such 2021 D-era penny has been valued at approximately $896,000 in today's market. That's not pocket change. That's financial freedom territory. Now, let's connect the dots. The United States Mint produces billions of pennies annually. Quality control is strict, but no system is perfect. When a dramatic error escapes into circulation, it instantly becomes rare. Rarity alone is not enough. There must be demand. And Lincoln cents are among the most widely collected coins in America. Generations of Americans grew up filling penny boards, starting with the portrait of Abraham Lincoln. That emotional connection fuels demand. And demand drives record prices. Here's a pattern interrupt for you. If pennies were truly worthless, would billionaires collect them? Exactly. The wealthy understand something powerful. Collectibles are tangible assets. They are portable wealth. They are inflation-resistant when rare enough. And error coins represent lightning in a bottle, unexpected scarcity in a mass-produced world. So what makes this 2021 D-error so valuable? It's the combination of three forces. First, it is modern, meaning collectors who focus on contemporary issues are competing fiercely. Second, the error is visually dramatic, making it instantly recognizable and desirable. Third, certified high-grade examples are extraordinarily limited. In the world of coin investing, condition is king. A flawless error is exponentially more valuable than a worn example. That is where six-figure and even near seven-figure valuations begin. Now imagine this scenario. You're sorting through old jars of change. Maybe coins inherited from a relative. Maybe a forgotten stash from years ago. You spot a 2021 D penny. You almost toss it aside. But something looks off. The strike isn't centered. The design appears shifted. The rim looks uneven. Your heart beats a little faster. Could this be one of the rare error strikes commanding life-changing money? Here's the emotional reality. Most people will overlook it. They will spend it without thinking. And that's exactly why opportunity still exists. The market rewards the informed, not the casual. The disciplined, not the distracted. But urgency matters. As more collectors learn about high-value modern errors, competition intensifies. Major auction houses spotlight these coins. Media attention grows. Once awareness peaks, hidden gems become harder to find because people start checking their change. The early movers benefit most. And let's address something directly. Fear holds many people back. Fear of being wrong. Fear of looking foolish. Fear of hoping too much. But consider this. The only guaranteed way to miss a rare coin is never to look. You lose nothing by examining your change, but you could lose everything by ignoring it. The 2021 D Lincoln cent represents more than a coin. It represents awareness, discipline, vision. It reminds us that wealth often hides in plain sight. The difference between an ordinary life and an extraordinary one can sometimes be a matter of attention to detail. Now ask yourself this: if a single penny could be worth $896,000 today, what could it be worth in 10 years as fewer pristine examples remain available? Collectibles often follow a simple trajectory: discovery, excitement, consolidation, and then explosive long-term growth. Those who recognize the pattern early position themselves ahead of the curve. So here is your call to action. Examine every 2021 D. Lincoln penny that crosses your path. Look closely at the mint mark. Study the strike. Pay attention to anything unusual. If you suspect a significant error, seek professional authentication and grading immediately. Documentation transforms curiosity into confirmed value.